Namaskara. Thank you, Varsha, for the introduction and using very big words like esteemed and so on. But I just want to add one more word to Varsha's introduction about me. I'm a teacher. Something that you connect with deeply, you feel like sharing. So I just want to add that. Thank you, and proud to see a teacher leading the proceedings of the day. Well done. So I'm mesmerized by the ambience of the place, the warmth of people, and the wonderful dance that teachers and students put up together. It's not often that you see teachers and students performing. Usually teachers are in the background. Having said that, it's also important to acknowledge that today is the day for children. It's their day. As much as I'm happy to share whatever comes to my mind now, I think it's more appropriate to recognize what Ms. Renuka was saying, that it's the children's day, and I think we need to appreciate, we need to acknowledge, we need to give them the center, the focus today. My appreciation and congratulations to Renuka and the team of students. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to say a few things as a fellow educator and somebody who has also been connecting closely with parents. Parents of this generation are very, very intelligent, very demanding, a lot of expectations, and schools don't have an easy task in fulfilling the expectations of parents. So I would like to just say a few things before the exciting event of the day begin. I would also acknowledge and pay my respects to the Board of Trustees who are holding the school with the pride of several years, several decades behind, and my dear friend Anil, whose invitation I couldn't refuse, and I thought I'm coming here just to meet everybody and watch and enjoy the performance like all of you are going to do, which we will. But grateful that I can also say a few things. You know, when Anil was talking about the school being not only interested or focused on academics, but something much more, it immediately triggered a few thoughts in me, and that's what I would like to say now, because I was wondering what to say apart from the usual polite things. But when I heard Anil talking from his heart about the importance of recognizing participation, the importance of recognizing the effort, it inspired me to say a few things as to where we are today. Renuka was talking about education today, and the theme you have chosen is Progressive India. Yes, we need to feel good about several strides that has come up in the world today, in India particularly, technology, economy, and culture, and so on. But is it not also important to look at what are the other changes that have happened which may not be necessarily something that we are proud of? I mean, it's not with the sense of negativity that one says that, but it's important to recognize what education today is. Is it likely that the kind of education that is there at school level and college level is focused on a very narrow aspect of life, and we call that intelligence? The narrow set of parameters where children, students, youngsters are assessed by very, very few parameters, given grades, marks, pass, fail, and so on. Is that what has been education all along? You talked about the past of how education has evolved. If you look at it, there are some changes which necessarily are not good, but we believe that it is good because we subscribe to what advertisements, media, and the society talk about. We don't talk about what education has done. Some of the biggest wars in the world are caused by the most educated people. Some of the worst nuclear bombs have been developed by scientists. So is that the purpose of education, to develop minds that are going to cause destruction, exploit humanity, or is it something else? This is a question that we need to definitely put into the minds of children today. And in the changing landscape of education in India, where one particular aspect of intelligence, I don't even know if it is intelligence, we call it intelligence, where information, memory, processing, making inferences, and then succeeding has become so important, have we left behind several things that are so precious? You know, the word intelligence is something innate to human beings. Human intelligence are set in together. Then how can we say somebody is intelligent and somebody is not intelligent, somebody is moderately intelligent? Is it even fair to say that? Can there be anybody who is not intelligent? And yet, the education system has given us some guidelines to rank children, to call some people are intelligent. We think that this kind of praise, this kind of comparison actually helps them to do better or feel better. No. It is actually that is going to create a sense of anxiety in somebody who is praised and somebody who is not praised. We think that when we appreciate a child beyond what is required, we feel that he or she is going to be more, or whatever that word called, better human being. Actually, we are creating a stress. The performers are today, if they don't keep up the benchmark for the satisfaction of others, then they fall. The so-called non-performers, they constantly look at people who are performing and say, look, I'm not up to the mark. Is this the kind of education we as parents and teachers, parents and teachers are the same, a teacher is a parent and a parent is a teacher. Is this what we want to encourage? Can we recognize that change that has come across the world, hopefully less in India, but we can't wish it away? You know, when we look at this word intelligence, I'm using this word more and more because we are all very good in describing, defining, but we don't understand. There have been people who have actually tried their best to explain that, look, it is not merely one particular faculty of the brain which is intelligence. There is visual intelligence. There is spatial intelligence. Visual intelligence meaning that you are able to learn, express yourself looking at what is in front of you. Music intelligence, body kinesthetic intelligence. You just saw the grace with which the children and the teachers perform, the movement. Not all of us have specialized in that. Then there are so many other forms of intelligence, navigational intelligence. Even if you look at the history of mankind, the tribal history, not everybody did the same thing. If you look at the ancient man that we study in history, some of them were good in designing tools, engineering. Some of them very good in hunting. Some of them were probably good in direction. Some of them keeping a watch out for danger. Some of them in navigating. Some of them in music. Some of them in emotionals. So there are so many aspects of intelligence. Have we left all that by the wayside? And today, in the name of performance and success, please ask this of yourself, your child. Are we making the child more and more stressed? Are we making the child believe that I can be successful only if I do certain things and enter only a certain college and do only a certain thing? Is that our responsibility or parents? Or is it something to help a child to celebrate his own presence in the world, not compare as somebody inferior or superior, look at the dangers that humankind is contributing? How many of us are able to talk genuinely about the changing landscape in terms of the climate change? What's happening between Israel and Iran and the countries? What's happening in southern Sudan? What's happening in the mental health of so many people? Every day you read in the papers about children who are in premier institutions, I don't wish to name in public specific names, getting depressed and going into extreme ways of destroying their own mindset, getting addicted to substances, feeling depressed. These are all words that was not known to the previous generations. So I think it is important. I don't mean to strike a negative note. In fact, it's a day of celebration, as Renuka was saying. It is a festival. But I just thought I'll use this opportunity to trigger this question, which is there in all of you, but I'm just here as a friend to trigger it and say, keep this in your mind when your child is growing up. I think the role of a parent is not to do helicopter parenting, not to shove your expectations on the child. Don't judge children. But if there is something that we can do to help a child grow, It is to respect and give affection and care. To care for a child is all that you need to do. Rest of it, the child will discover his world on his own. I think I've spoken a little more than what I intended to do. Thank you very much. Looking forward. Thank you.